Percy Verrill used to be a fit man. Now he's struggling for every breath.
I feel really weak all the time. Pressure on my chest is so, like if somebody's hit me with a bloody ton truck or something.
A former miner in Queensland's Ipswich coalfields, he has what's called black lung. Coal miners' pneumoconiosis, a disease thought to have been eradicated.
There's been an increase in the number of Queensland coal miners diagnosed with dust diseases, including the deadly black lung.
Alan White spent 46 years working in Queensland's coal mines. His doctors say he's on borrowed time.
I can't walk from here to the car. As I'm out of breath, I can do nothing at all.
An international expert has diagnosed the former underground worker with black lung disease, but doctors here dispute the finding.
I don't think these blokes in Australia really want to confess to the fact that they've ballsed it up.
All we ask for is 1 cent per tonne per week from each mining company in Queensland to help us get through this terrible disease that's going to kill us all.
When I was initially diagnosed, I saw a GP. He was not a nominated medical advisor through any mining company, and he only stumbled across it by accident. My GP and I had to sit down and sort of work out who to see. I had to pay for these doctors. I had to go away and see them because the mining companies didn't want anything to do with it.
We're angry! We're loud! We're union and we're proud!
This is a disgraceful situation. This country should be ashamed. Something in this country has to change when companies like BHP can pay their bosses and directors more money than they pay to the workers that they killed.
We need to approach mine dust lung disease on 3 levels, and that those 3 levels have to be approached by everyone taking responsibility. The mining union and the miners themselves, the government and the regulators, and the industry. And the first level is to make sure that that primary prevention and dust control is solid, because everything else is sort of a bit late. The second thing is making sure that we do have good screening and careful checks to make sure that miners, if they have early disease, are protected. And then the third thing is, if people do get sick and they do have this disease, to make sure they get the best possible treatment, they get the best rehabilitation, and that they're compensated appropriately for the damage that happened to them as a result of their work exposures.
And Daphne rang us up and said he's in hospital, and I went up there to see him, and he's sitting up in bed and he's coughing. And believe it or not, those sick bags they have in the hospital, nurse would change one of those and give him a new one, and he'd be sitting there and I'd give him this thing and he'd sit there and he's going, oh, God. And the blood was like a waterfall coming out of his mouth, pouring. Oh, I tell you what, I was nearly ready to die at the same time.
The employers of the major coal companies where members of ours have been diagnosed have removed the workers from the workplace, out of sight, out of mind. They've had their wages reduced. They've also been told, obviously, they will not be coming back to that workplace. They've got to find a host employer. Normally what they do is they wait till the 78 weeks of the workers' comp is up and then they just cut them loose. That's with permanent employees. With the casuals and contractors, they're told, no, come back tomorrow.
Let them know that we're about looking after workers who are dying simply because fat asses in the boardroom couldn't make sure that the regulations were maintained underground.
Industry to this point have not paid 1 cent into this issue around the mine dust lung disease and black lung. Since May 2015, the government has continued to pay for x-rays to be sent to the US to be reviewed, and we shouldn't be drawing on the workers' compensation scheme, which is funded by all Queensland taxpayers, to pay for the outcome of a company's failure to monitor dust and provide a safe place of work.
BHP, shame on you! BHP, shame on you!
They're a father, they're a husband, they're a brother, they're an uncle, they're a grandfather, you know. They're not a number, they're a name to us. And we've lost a number of our members from this disease who have passed on. At the end of the day, all they went to work was to work. You go to work, not to die.